Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
Violence begets violence. It's a popular refrain we have heard in the past, which refrain was condemned alongside or die be die. Why are you using this refrain at a by-election campaigning ground?
Well, so thank you very much, Umar. One, I dare say that the NDC, which I represent, it's on all uncertain times. It's chewing violence. We are prepared defensively. We are going to abide by law, cooperate with all security agencies to ensure that it's a violence-free election. And so that statement itself was couched by your own news outlet. Like the conversation we're having was to the extent that at no point will the NDC encourage any of our supporters. That statement in itself has been echoed by the national chairman, who is the leader of our party, that violence will not be part of this election. But just in case, anybody foments violence, we will not watch for our members to be victims. We will defend, protect any single member of the NDC that will participate in this election, will protect the voter, will protect the votes that people will cast in favor of the NDC. That is what my statement means. That, first of all, you have seen that even our supporters who accidentally got involved in the Abdul Kumanov election are facing prosecution. That is an example of a government that will not tolerate, that will not characterize any election with violence. And that will also mean that other persons who have participated in any electoral violence being used to perpetuate any election violence, that person would have to be dealt with equally as our party members are being dealt with. So that is also the meaning of that statement I'm giving. Beyond that, you know who I am. I will just as much help systems to work and functions properly. And as we speak, on the ground, the MPP executives are not there. So they are campaigning in Accra. But we are on the ground. We are speaking to even NPP members. Because this election is about development. It doesn't add up to the electoral statistics that we have. Because it will not change the numbers in Parliament. Those numbers have already been made. But this election will determine the gravity, the responsibility of development that will come to Akotia constituency. President Akufo-Addo Akotia was he failed to develop the place. Bad road network, even in the areas where we have populated Achim communities. He failed to develop the place.
Mustapha,
we are here saying that we need that seat for the person who is a member of parliament to be able to partner with government. And so the NDC have deployed every strategy humanly possible for us to win this election. We are not going to sleep to have excuses to cause us to win. We would win through hard work. We would win through engaging. We will win with every strategy that is legal, every strategy that is politically wise. We would win by that strategy.
Okay. I'm going to take you back to the violence begets violence bit, because that really is the issue. It is as simple as it sounds. We know what violence is. If you visit violence on somebody, violence is going to be visited on you. That is what it means when you say violence begets violence. So in Akwetia, on Tuesday, if someone slaps you, that's violence, or uses a machete to strike you, you are going to strike back based on the provisions of Matthew 26:52, where this phrase originally comes from.
Well, do you then encourage that it is expedient for anybody to slap another person?
No.
Is it lawful?
Yes, but because you mentioned, yes, so then you report the violence to the police. You don't visit the violence back on the person.
I'm just believing that no one will be demon possessed to be violent. And so the election is going to be violence-free. The police will do their work. But if for any chance anybody becomes demonically infected and extends same to innocent persons, I can assure you that that person's rights will be protected.
Yes, Mustapha, if you had said that violence would beget reporting to the police.
No, I'm not a type of person that if you...
No, but I'm just saying that. So simply what you have said is that if someone is attacked, they should attack back. That is what you
Why
have
would
said.
anybody attack?
So if someone is attacked, they should attack back.
Maybe it may be in the interest of self-defense.
Okay, so that's what you are preaching on Tuesday.
No, but you have the videos that the videos with which you are making references to. And if you follow those videos, you will see clearly that what conversation we are having is situated in a context different from the conversation we're having. But I can tell you that if anybody for any reason want to put the law in their hands, then that person will be dealt with equally to what he does. Nobody is going to be a pastor and nobody is going to sit back and allow their rights to be trampled upon. You have heard our colleagues from the MPP, even though they are not in the constituency campaigning, threatening violence, threatening they will beat NDC people, threatening they will retaliate Ablekumanov. Did you call the MPP out? And so when you make all of these statements, you don't expect that we go into a by-election where we cannot equip and prepare the mindset of our people to defend themselves. We will do that. The police will protect the election. The police will do their work.
So what would be the use of the police if the citizens can defend themselves anyway? Tell me.
I am a citizen of Ghana. Beyond what the police will do for me, I also have the right to defend myself. Is it not law? Is it not law? Don't I have the right to defend myself?
Okay. Next issue.
Did the law say that when you see somebody coming to slap you, you should tie your hands behind your back and allow yourself slap because there's a police officer, so that you go to the police? That's not the law.
Very well. Thank you. I'm not going to educate you on the law. I'm sure you know the law already. Last question. The MPP called a press conference today and they said Richard Jakpa was seen in town moving with armed military personnel. What's happening?
Is he a monster? Are you talking about a monster or a human being? Richard Jakpa is an officer of the state. He's an officer of national security. National security at every point in time have oversight in any part of this country, even where funerals are organized. State security and intelligence agencies have oversight.
So do we know?
Is it wrong?
So what was he doing there with the soldiers?
Well, shouldn't he do his work because there's a by-election?
So
shouldn't he work?
So what was he doing? What was his work in the constituency with the soldiers?
Why didn't you ask the MPP what they saw Jakpa doing?
They said they saw him with an armed military officer and they are not comfortable with that.
But who said we are going to do the MPP's bidding? Who said they should be comfortable? And who said they will be comfortable in this election? Okay. Are we going to be doing their bidding? Is that the MPP's bidding you are doing? You are not doing the MPP's bidding. You are just simply being an objective journalist. And I'm saying that if the MPP will sit in Accra and be shouting on rooftops, blaming others for them to win an election, that is not how to win an election.
All right. Thank you.
Richard Jakpa, who addressed the press conference, I can assure you, have not been to Akotia since this by-election was declared. I am here in Akotia constituency. Okay. I am working. We are engaging with their own party members to win the election.
Okay. Thank you.
And we haven't got excuses. Now, before we go, let me ask you, is it even alien that national security got involved in elections? Or national security loses its efficacy or oversight on national elections? The law is that the police remain the officers or the entity to oversee, to ensure the protection of elections. But it doesn't, invalidate the responsibility of other state agencies to have an oversight on other issues that will partake in specific areas where elections are being organized.
So it was not wrong that the soldiers were at the voting centers in the elections of 2020?
We are not. The election is not today.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it?
All right.
The election is on the 2nd.
Very well. Thank you.
And for every situation, are preparatories leading to date of elections. And on that election day, you remember that even that is why Monday, nobody is supposed to campaign, because on election day, the police takes full responsibility of the protection of the day of election. And I'm saying that is it alien for national security to have an oversight of as far as their work is concerned? I was by wagon by election. In fact, national security actually released weapons, trained people, clothed them to go and beat people. The MPP saw no wrong with that.
Okay, let's leave it here.
Today we are not having that conversation just because the head of Japan they are running away.
Let's leave
Do they have anything to hide?
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Mustapha Gbande, his Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Richard Ahiagba is the one who called the press conference earlier. He's Director of Communications of the MPP. You're welcome.